Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Surviving Mars. Episode 8 already, and we're making decent progress towards the goal of the overall series of terraforming the whole planet. Currently, almost 30% temperature, 15% lakes or water, 2.55% vegetation, and only a mere 2% of atmosphere. That's something I want to be producing more of, or boosting this episode. So it's time to build some of the carbonate processors. Before I do that though, I want to thank you all for your incredible generosity. After last episode, or during last episode, I asked for donations through Patreon, just supporting me with a few bucks. And a lot of you answered that call. I was very much amazed when I opened my inbox and saw all of these donations come in. So thank you very much for keeping this series alive and for keeping my channel going like that. It is really, well, incredible for me still to see this much generosity from just random people on the internet. It's just me here talking to a mic and playing a game, and you guys enjoy it so much that you're willing to give money for it. So that's, it's still not normal for me. Anyway, as for Mars, we have a load of dumping sites over here, and it's time to start using those actively, because the carbonate processors are going to be helpful. The carbonate processors require these things, in fact. Converts waste rock into CO2, improving the atmosphere by 0.4% per sol, which is actually quite good. The question is, where do I fit these? Because they do take up a lot of room. Yeah, I can't quite fit them here. I don't want to have them too close to the domes, because sometimes if you get more nature, they'll spawn a vista. And a vista is fantastic if you want to get additional comfort bonuses. So we're going to have to try and think of something else. Let's see if I can completely get rid of this mountain face over here. That should do it. That's another excess waste rock of 919. So we're going to need a few more dumping sites. It's, what was it, 285 per? So 4 of them should do it. Now, there is another message from Beyond Earth.
Following Reed Goddenberry's death,
oh no.
all of his former partners from Beyond Earth have since abandoned the initiative.
So the Beyond Earth project is gone. We have failed everyone. Damn, I was hoping I would complete that chain. I thought we were doing really quite well, and then apparently the game said, yeah, no, not really. I didn't do it in time. Not fast enough. Oh, sorry, it's 912, not 919. Let's see, if I put another carbonate processor over here... Yeah, that fits pretty easily. So I want to have one here and one over here, and they can both take from this field as much as they need. In the meanwhile, the RC dozer is also going to help with leveling that mountain. And that should give up the room over here to put another one of those GAG factories. Or, sorry, the carbonate processors. The GAG are for the temperature ones. Right, as for the colony itself, what should be the next phase of expansion? I could go for building a bigger dome and just trying to get these things focused into one big dome, but the problem lies in that you need to have a sort of intermittent dome where you're storing everybody. Because if I want to destroy, or let's say rebuild these domes into something bigger, then that's going to be 98 people that I'm removing from their home. So that's going to go, or they're going to have to go somewhere. But where? This dome can house 96 currently, and I still have unemployment. Let's see if I can fix that one first. This is going to free up a few more. I can keep grocers and things like that open on the night shift, but I'm not sure if that's required. Now, they do require shopping, though. Alright, grocer's going to work night shifts.
A colonist has died.
Cause? Suicide, low sanity. Oh? What happened to you? Sanity is overall quite good. Except here. What's going on here? Why are these guys not as sane as the others? They have their hanging gardens, which gives them comfort. Usually that's enough to keep people happy. They might, however, be working in the building here. And if they work in buildings outside of their usual location, then they generally don't like that. Okay, so there apparently was a meteor incoming, but it didn't impact me at all. Ah, good. We got room. I do, however, need to keep in mind that these things take up 50 machine parts per. This one still needs another 25. And on top of that, I would need another 50 to build another one. So maybe not just yet. Research is currently working on orbital engineering. Yeah, the space elevator. Exports rare metals and offers resupply materials and prefabs at preferential prices. It's a big, expensive research project. How about the sponsored goals, though? 35% overall terraforming process. Right. Or 60% water. That's gonna award me a new rocket, but we're pretty far out from that. Now, I've had quite a few comments saying, why don't you export more food and just make money with that? The problem is that there is just not enough interest in food. I cannot send it back to Earth, and the other colonies have a lot of food stored. These guys have 1200 food, Europe has a 1700 food store, and these guys have 1200. Sometimes they're willing to trade, but not for this apparently. And sometimes I can get a bit. Here, we'll send 50 metal in exchange for 446. They're trying to export food actively. Mars. No, that was the other one. I need to see... What was it? Europe? Oh, this is polymers for research. No joy. While I'm here. Adapted vegetation for life from Mars. Sure.
Complete.
Oh, hold on. I didn't need to click it away. I needed to get the other ones. Contacts. They're not interested. No, I had everyone, right? Yeah. Alright, so I've got life from Mars. More applicants will start to appear on Earth. That's nice, but it's not something I'll probably use, because I try to use as many Martian-borns as possible. Because that just gives you a lot of bonuses. Any projects I can go on? I can import greenhouse gases, which is going to give me a small bonus to the atmosphere and a small bonus to the temperature. It's 600 million that is going to cost me. I don't want that. Another ice meteors, 5%. I'm not very interested either, because it's going to also take machine parts. I'm just capturing meteors is going to throw down a bunch of rare metals, anomalies. Maybe that one. I do have enough fuel for that. So I should be able to go on that mission and, who knows, maybe cause another anomaly. Send it. There's a big dust storm coming in. Let's see if I have my preparedness for that. Water is maxed out. Oxygen's maxed out. And this thing is still being worked on. Ah, the drones over here are quite busy. Let's get a few more drone prefabs requested. This thing is, by the way, fairly resource intensive as far as concrete goes. 200 is what they want. So it's a pretty big project. Now, as I'm not really using a lot of metal for anything else, I might be able to set up a few larger storage units. Water is always handy to have. And do we have large oxygen tanks? Yes. Let's put one here and another one here. These can house what? Doesn't say. I know the small ones have about 100, but with an upgrade that I have, they're stashing 150, I think. Yeah, 150. So these things probably stash a lot more than that. 500 maybe? We still have a positive amount of water, so that's good. And it stashes... Oh, it stashes 1,500. Whoa, okay. It'll start supplying the grid at 75. And it is increasing, so it's going up quite nice. Water production, 71. Use, 37. So the production is way, way, way higher than what I'm currently using. And the oxygen tanks, 1,500. I'm producing 31.9. I'm using 6.8. So I still have a massive overcapacity there. And this should make sure that people don't die due to dust storms or moxies breaking down. And eventually, when the atmosphere gets breathable, we won't even need the domes. We can open the domes up. But that's probably still, well, at least 4 episodes off, judging by the current progress. We still have a bunch of unemployeds. Like a lot of unemployeds. I don't even know where I can put these people to work. I can have them work night shifts, but that's not good for their sanity. So yeah, over here I could arguably get a bigger dome. Are there any science locations? Or, yeah, we have vistas over here. That's more comfort. But I don't find those as interesting as these science bonuses. Because I have the hanging gardens. And that already ups the comfort to 100. And the overall comfort of the dome is almost at 100. So these guys don't really need any additional vistas. There is a science bonus here for 20%. That could be interesting. If I want to use that, I'm going to have to flatten a lot of ground here.
You're listening to Mars Official Radio with Penna Masculine, your first radio host choice with the best radio.
This is going to be a lot of work. RC Dozer, get on that. That whole mountainside has to go, and then hopefully I'll be able to deploy the dome within reach. I'll also need the drone commander over there to make sure that I can start building units. We have a bunch of drone prefabs, so let's put those all to the RC commander for the moment. And this is going to be another potentially big research dome. Now I'm expecting this thing to come online any moment. Yep, there we go. It's online. So very slowly, the atmosphere is improving. Yep, there we go. 2.01%. I still have a lot of room for lakes. And apparently I have enough machine parts to set up another one of those. So I can get my atmosphere built faster. Or worked up faster. How is this uneven terrain? Really? It's not the first time that the game is complaining about uneven terrain. Alright, would you like to try again? No, that's forestation plant. Yep, now it works. Now I can just cram this thing right in there. Okay, that should give this drone hub another good amount of business. They only have 5 drones working there though. So let's send them a few more prefabs. And how many do I have scheduled? Another 7. Give me another 17 in total. Shuttles have a heavy load. Right, time for another shuttle hub. Because these things are critical for my operations. Let's spread them out a bit, so that in case I have an emergency, could be an asteroid strike, I'll still have a bit of shuttle capability. Dust storm is going to hit in 13 hours. How are you guys doing up here? They're clearing the site. Yeah, so they're tossing all sorts of small waste rock piles to the side. Which is alright. I can just clean that up later. On the one hand, I always want to try and make the stuff as level as possible. On the other hand, I think that this does add to the atmosphere. Not so much the actual atmosphere, but, you know, the atmosphere of the game. Almost done. Or are we trying to deliver waste rock? What's the plan? We're delivering. Oh, on some parts I'm probably trying to raise the terrain, and on some parts I'm dropping it. That might be it. 35 unemployed folks. So that means that I have just a bit too much workforce. But I just really don't know where to put them to work. There's the dust storm. 1 sol and 9 hours. Another advantage of upping the atmosphere is that at some point the dust storms will stop occurring. I'm not exactly sure at what percentage that is going to be, but when you hit that, you'll be able to just completely get rid of all the dust storms. They'll no longer be a factor. And that just makes your life a lot easier. Now power is going down. I have 8,000 stored power, so that should be plenty. I have 5,000 stored oxygen, and my moisture vaporators don't work, I think. Who is picking up the slack? Ah, right, it's these guys. The water extractors. They're picking up the slack. They are making sure that I still have a bit of water coming in, and it seems to be just enough to keep everything operational, so that's good.
Meteor incoming.
Oh, lovely. Meteor storm. Duration, 2 sols and 12 hours. Great. New project, capture meteors. I might have something to do with these meteors. I caused it, because I sent my butterfly on the special project. So, in this case, I suppose it's quite literally, you flap your wings somewhere, and meteors start coming down. A whole different meaning to the butterfly perspective, or the butterfly effect. There's just one incoming for the moment. Maybe after I'm done with my current amount of research, I should go for the laser. Where was it again? Here. The Meteor defense system. The MDS laser destroys incoming meteors in range, which is really handy. One drone got crushed by meteor. There's another one coming here. That just caused a couple of pipe leaks. And they did drop a whole 5 polymers. And killed a bunch more drones. Let's get rid of this one, and that one, and that one. More importantly, these pipes need to get fixed. And this one is still waiting for more concrete, I guess. Ah, this drone hub seems to be working on that. Yeah, we need to get this thing fixed. That's one of the leaks. Here's another one. There's power. Still got plenty left. Can I fix this one? Oh crap. That's going to be a big hit. That's probably going to be a serious impact. Yeah, that wiped out another one of my pipes. So that's the downside of capturing meteors. Sure, you're going to get rewards for it, but at the same time, you're risking your colony. I need you to pick up some metal. Since my shuttles aren't flying due to the dust storm, I'm going to have to manually deliver those over here at that broken site. He's picked up 8.5. 10.5. I think that should do. Oh, they already got it? There's another one here, though. Ooh. Maybe set up another storage here. Dumping site. Because these dumping sites are apparently very much full, as they're deploying everything all over the place.
Meteor incoming.
Yes, yes. People, I need this fixed. Okay, you got metals. That's fine. That's being repaired. We still got pipes over there which have been damaged, and pipes over here. This drone controller should be able to get there, but there's no metal here. So this is where I need to be. And this whole pipe seems to have been destroyed. Not just damaged, but destroyed. Yeah, and this moisture evaporator was destroyed as well. Let's rebuild that.
Meteor
Okay, he's now working on
incoming.
this bit. Oh no, they're gonna hit him again. Different sector. Sensor tower has been destroyed. I can rebuild that one as well. Ouch.
You're listening to Mars
Rebuild the moisture
Official
evaporator.
Radio. I'm your host, Penn Pascaline. I left my home country when I was in
It's
my
a bit like
20s.
playing Russian roulette with asteroids, or meteors in this case. And we're not even halfway done. It's still going to be another 1 sol in 15 hours. At least the dust storm's going to clear, which is good news because it means that I don't have to just manually drive around anymore with all of that metal over here. I can let the drones pick it up from the shuttle delivery platforms. Oh, you had to hit my RC transport, did you? And now the RC transport's been killed off. That one's been destroyed, 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 be rebuilt. Okay.
Meteor
Alright, dust storm
incoming.
clear.
We have a food shortage.
What? I'm sorry, I find that very hard to
Resources are
believe.
low.
I have 2,600 food. How is food low? What might be going on is that we don't have enough drones over here. But this one has 29 drones and they're all busy. This one has 20 drones and most of them are busy. Medium load. Let's just up that to 30.
Meteor incoming.
I am not doing that again. How are these guys all starving? We have a grocer that's open pretty much all the time. We have an infirmary. We have a diner. There's not even anybody inside. There's two people inside now. The Watcher. A faint signal was traced to originate from the high mountains just outside our colony's vicinity. The signal seems harmless, but can very well be a spying device. Do we ignore it? Send a colonist in a shuttle to investigate. Still got a cable leak here. There goes two of the water extractors. Another drone's been destroyed.
Meteor incoming.
Yeah, I am never doing that again. I was hoping to get an anomaly, but in the end, I ended up getting something very, very different. Which was just a load of damage. How long? 23 more hours. Oof. Our explorer discovered an old device hidden in a cave. It is of terrestrial design, perhaps a relic of the old space race. Upon nearing it, the device transmitted the following. I have been in here for 100 years. Hold on. 100 years? That means it was here before the first Mars flights? I have observed and gathered information for all this time. I know secret activities and weather patterns, yet have no one to share them with, for I have been forgotten, and I am bored. Now that I'm fully awake once more, I plan to end my existence and execute my self-destruct protocol. Before I do that, however, I shall test if you are deserving of the data I have to share. I shall tell you a simple riddle. Answer it, and you will know all I know. Fail it, and you will be destroyed along with me. No pressure. Until I am measured, I am not known. Yet, how you miss me when I have flown. I doubt it's pizza. It could be time. You don't know time until you measure it. And if it flies by, then you will miss it. But same could be said for youth. I don't think it's light either. Oh, tricky. Until I am measured. But how do you measure youth? You could measure it arguably in years. But is that enough? I'm going to say time. The AI seems pleased with the answer and gave our colonists a head start before executing self-destruct. A huge package of data has been sent to our servers. We will scan the files for any malicious software and then thoroughly go through them. 10,000 research points.
No active research.
Yeah,
Research
no wonder.
complete.
I was not exactly expecting another boost of 10,000 research, although I should have queued up more. Now I can get the magnetic field gen. Decreases the loss of atmosphere due to a lack of magnetic field. Let's go for that one. And make sure that I don't lose that newly gained atmosphere. This is a repeatable one for 500 million funding. Not that I really need funding at the moment. Medical center. Smart homes. No, I use apartments. I don't use the smart homes. Extremely rich underground metal deposits. Bodies of food or bodies of dead colonists are converted to food. And recharge stations serve drones in a 3 hex range instantly. That could be useful. Colonists in domes with a spire have increased morale. Well, they all have spires. There, that's 21,000 research to go. That should keep them busy. Oh, and apparently I also got conservation landscaping because I had an overflow. So I think that was... Which one was it? Here. Raising the ground via landscaping costs less waste rock. Lowering produces more waste rock. Speaking of... We're still not quite done with getting rid of this ridge, but we're close. I'm not sure why all of these drones are just standing around here doing nothing. If they're just not doing anything, maybe you can just... Well, start getting everything to a dumping site. They do seem to pick one of these piles at random. Or is it just the closest one? That might be it. I'm not sure if this is enough waste rock storage though. Could be that we need a bit more. Game is warning me that I have a low amount of machine parts, but I think it's fine. It's not that bad. I have 1,000 metal. I have 400 concrete. I have 2,500 food. And 557 rare metals. Now, that space elevator should be done. Yep, I can build space elevator. A faster way to reach Earth. The elevator speeds up cargo shipments to orbit. Exports rare metals to Earth and offers resupply materials and prefabs at a discount. 400 concrete, 200 metal, 150 polymers, and 150 machine parts. I have most of what I need, except for all the machine parts. I do want the space elevator, though. Because I have so much to export there. So much rare metal to export that I can probably use that. Ideally, I would park this thing relatively close to my deposits, so I can either load it up quickly, or I can unload it quickly. But there do happen to be a few of these fields in the way. So I would have to make sure that I can stash that somewhere else. And I think I have enough capacity between these 3 fields, so I'll tell these things to get dismantled. And the drones are going to get quite busy trying to pick up everything. I can create a transport route, but catching just those things is going to be tricky. Oh, they're all charging the other way. Where are you all going? Here? Oh, interesting. It's not quite where I was expecting them to drop it, but as long as it's gone, I'm perfectly fine with that. Now let's get the butterfly loaded up with an export, and then just bring her in with more machine parts, so that I can get that space elevator built. And what I also want to do is build another lake or 2. Because I have that capacity, and I have quite a lot of room here. I'm just not using it. And if I'm not using it, then that means that I'm wasting quite a lot of potential. Okay, how am I going to fit a lake in here? Because this is the terrain that I've fought with previously. That's not quite going to fit. I should have put the lake down first. I was initially intending on building a bigger lake, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I had a couple of prefabs. Lake, small lake. Can I get a different shape? not like that.
This is Mars official radio with Panem Public Service Escalon. We have a
That's not
sound
ideal
just
either.
right for the blue sunset light.
This could fit. That's one. No, they absolutely don't help. Well, not much anyway. Somebody else commented, by the way, in the comment section, which I thought was pretty amusing, saying, hey, the game is protesting that there's uneven terrain and that we cannot build a lake in uneven terrain. What sort of nonsense is that? Now, I just come to realize, by the way, that you can build these things anywhere. They don't need a water connection. They don't even need power. So that opens up a host of opportunities. Because this area over here I am not likely to use. Which means I can just put a couple of very large lakes up there. And yes, they might not be serviceable by a drone commander at the moment. But I can change that. I just need to drop off a bunch of concrete. And the shuttles can do that. If I could put 2 of these big lakes back to back, that'd be very helpful. Pretty much. Okay, then I just need to drop off. It has to be a depot, but it only takes concrete and it takes machine parts. That's all that I need. And then this drone commander can go over here. And that adds another, what was it, 0.1? Yeah, 0.1 per sol to water. Magnetic field generator complete. 250 metals and 50 electronics. Easy. Very, very easy. The second, I forget what they're called. Carbonate processor is online, so I'm now getting 0.8 per sol, which is a big deal. At some point though, when it's big enough, or when this number is high enough, you're going to start to lose atmosphere. Because Mars doesn't have an atmospheric, no, was it a magnetic field as strong as Earth, I think? And that means that you just lose atmosphere. I don't know the whole science behind it, but that's what I understand from it. So that's why you can build, under terraforming that is, the magnetic field generator. Improves the magnetic field of the planet, decreasing the loss of atmosphere by 0.2% per sol. Generates research proportionally to the current atmosphere. May trigger localized Marsquakes. So they do have a bit of a caveat. Still, if they generate research, then I'm all for it, and I'm going to place it down here. I might, however, need to build another one of my power plants, because I'm now approaching 146, and that's with the daylight. So let's get another fusion reactor built. Actually, let's spread that one out. Put it somewhere else. Here. And that way I can make sure that if any one of my fusion gens go, I probably still have another one. First lake built. Sort of. Second lake has the machine parts, it just needs more concrete. These things don't need maintenance either. So I can just tell them not to bring any more machine parts. And to just bring concrete only. This next one is going to take 14,000 research. What's going to be the next one? VR workshops. That's one of the workshop goals. Let's go for Martian defense or Meteor defense systems. Making sure that if another one of those meteor storms comes in, I don't actually get hit by them. Couple of buildings not working. Oh, I don't have enough places to store fuel. Gotcha. I set up a lot of deposits or depots last time, no, storage units last time, but not for fuel. I could build one for fuel. Ideally fairly close here. But I think just going with a couple of fuel depots might be easier. No, I don't want that one here. I want that one here. And now all of these things can keep producing. I have 327 fuel stored up, so that should be more than enough. I think I might just put the space elevator here.
Funding
Or
received.
I would have to relocate this thing. Nah, it's never going to fit. And I don't want to relocate my farm because the soil quality over here has now been made very, very good. Sure, I could move it over, but... is that a lot of work? Could be. Having a space elevator here would make most sense. Yeah, alright, let's tear it down. Idle deposit. Oh, that's the metal extractor. That's unfortunate. Let's power it down. It means we're going to have some unemployment over here. Yet more unemployment. Oh, this is where everybody's working now. Way too many people here. We're also getting homelessness. Crap. I need to turn off the births for the moment. Where's that other dome? Here. Yeah. Is anybody still interested at all in getting food from me? Importing... I don't even care anymore. I have everything. What I do want is a full flight of machine parts. Just to build a space elevator, and that's gonna more than pay for itself. That's 2.7 billion. I have 617 rare metals lying around doing nothing. So I can use all of those for export. That is a lot of cash that's lying around there. Right, and now I have to rebuild the farm over there. So the space elevator is going to be put here. No, that's a bit too far. There, that's enough. And now the open farm again. Farming, life support. No, is it yeah, it's terraforming, open farm. Here. Gotta make sure they get water though. Look at how quickly this thing is being filled. That's because all the depots are so close. Now, why is my power not going up? Oh, it's nighttime. Normally during nighttime I don't generate enough power, but now I do. We're getting quite a lot from the lakes at this point. Total, all buildings, 0.55. The thing that's slowest is vegetation. Because I just don't have enough forestation plants. I can work on that. Especially in the zones which don't have as much yet. Let's see if we can turn Mars a little greener. Another one here. Can fit one in there. This... oh, the soil quality is exceptionally good because I already have the lakes. Makes sense. Now, can I already make sure that these things actually get... yes, I can get bushes and trees. Nice. Alright, then slot 1 is going to be this, slot 1 is going to be bushes, and slot 3 is going to be trees. And I just need to do that for all of them. As far as I know, there's no way to do this for... yeah, here.
Are low.
You can. So this is 1, this is bushes, and this is trees. Machine parts are low. Yeah, that's courtesy of the space elevator. But here is the new shipment. Alright, lake's completed successfully. I can get rid of that depot now. I could put another few lakes up here. Christ, we're still not done? Leveling the terrain is something that the drone should be able to help with. Yep, no. They're asking me to export metal and gain food. It's a pretty bad deal. I don't want that. Speaking of metals, though, it's going down pretty quick. Probably because we're stashing them all in or near the space elevator. Yeah, it's going up and down again. We have a maintenance of 20.9. We're using 23. And there's 225 in construction sites. Oh, right. It's the open farms and it's probably the forestation plants. Now, at some point, a tree should appear. And I think the game is going to give me a pop-up for that. Saying, hey, you got the first tree. Let's go get more polymers. See if they're interested. Space elevator, almost complete. 17 polymers. Sure. The building's not working because they're still waiting for more seeds. Where are all the seeds then? They're all in there. Are my shuttles busy? Not really. That's curious. Oh. The universal depots don't accept seeds. So I need to set up a small depot that just accepts seeds. Otherwise the thing won't work. So yeah, I need to do that in quite a few locations. Where's the other one? Is that working? Not working, not working. This one's working. Check. I built another one down here. That's not working either.
Milestone
yes!
achieved.
Plant a tree on the surface of Mars. Can I see where this tree happens to be? Because that's something I want to see. It could be any of these forestation plants. Any one of them could be doing this. Still polymers on the surface. Let's go clean that up.
I'm and you're listening to Mars Official Radio, your reliable source for the music you love.
I might have already scrolled over it. It's just a bit of rock.
Dust storm approaching.
Oh, lovely. Alright, let's go hunting. Where are the trees? Look at all these shuttles hop over the hill. Are these bushes? Yes. The first couple of bushes on Mars. Look at that. Turning Mars green. Slowly, yes, but it's happening. This is what I still love about this game. It can be so gorgeous. The way that everything is modeled. And this feeling that you're very slowly, very steadily making this thing perfectly habitable for humans. Where's that tree? I was told there would be trees. Where are they then? Oh, I found it. There's the first tree. Now let's try not to get the carbonate processor in the background. That's not going to be easy. He's caught between two carbonate processors. Right. That's fun. So yeah, we got the first tree, but I'm not going to screenshot that because it doesn't look too good right next to all of those big plants. Ah, space elevator's done, by the way. This is the space elevator. This is its current down position. And it has 58, 59, 60 rare metals waiting for export. So these things are getting loaded up, and then this small capsule is going to go up, and once up, it's going to go off and to Earth. I don't exactly know how that works. I just know that it means that I don't have to manually export this anymore. And you can sometimes see it depart, if you're really, really paying close attention to it. So I'll try to capture that. $97. Come on. 99. These are the doors, by the way, that the drones use to get in and drop off the materials that they either deliver or pick up. Yep, here he comes. Last man. Or last drone. He's loaded up, waiting to export. Come on. I'm primed to hit spacebar and try and make a screenshot of it. I've only ever just seen it go either fast, very fast up or very fast down, because I usually play this on fastest speed. You're making me wait, space elevator. Come on. What's keeping you? Oh, nice. Church of the... rocket of the Church of the New Ark coming in. I guess the space elevator is not going to go up anytime soon. More and more plants on the surface, by the way.
I'm and you're listening to Mars official
Crap, you don't have power.
Soon, this planet
Sorry.
will require the same social
Fixed.
institutions that are required
Plant type.
hospitals, retirement
What was I
homes,
using again?
schools.
I need
As a trained
25%
educator,
water,
I believe
no
that
check,
Mars
and
will become a
30%
custom educational system,
temperature.
more efficient
No,
and
not
less
yet.
time-consuming. How
Um,
do you think the system
soil
will
quality is
work?
good.
Share your
Let's go for one set of cover
Write us a
crops
letter.
and one set of potatoes. Normally I would also build or use this thing to build seeds, but the trees actually generate more seeds than they cost me. So I should now be getting more and more and more seeds. I have no idea where this space elevator is going, by the way. It should be. Yeah, let's send the butterfly home.
Funding received.
Ah, now you went. Just, I looked away for a second and it went up. The capsule is now gone. And I got 2,400 from that. And I still have 574. Now what I can do in order to make sure that my metals don't go down too much is upgrade the Mohole project. It's going to cost me 200 machine parts. And it produces 50% more metal, 20% more concrete, and requires 40% more power. So it's a pretty hefty upgrade. But using the space elevator, I can now actually call down items, and they're not going to be nearly as expensive. So I can now use not just the cargo rocket and the supply pod, but also the space elevator. And if I now want to get machine parts, it's going to cost me 45 million. Whereas normally I think it would cost you double that. But when the butterfly gets home, I can verify that.
No active research.
Ah,
Research
Meteor defense system complete. Good. What is next? Arcology spires? No. 2 attached to my hanging gardens. Oh yeah, triboelectric scrubbing could be handy to have. Because these allow you to get pulses, which remove the dust. And if you have a couple of them together, you're sort of getting free maintenance. Okay, I can also start building my new dome over here. Maybe that would be a better research project, by the way, getting bigger domes. It's getting the mega dome. 13,500 research, but with all this cash, I don't need imports, so I can just outsource it. And now my research is 1,500, And there's not even anybody working at the moment. Because I think we're in a night shift. When everybody starts working, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to hit 4,000 research. And I'm going to need that desperately because I have 73 people unemployed. So the faster I can get that big dome researched, or the mega dome, the faster I can deploy it. And once I can deploy it, I can make sure I can get people to start working here as an engineer or a scientist. It will require a lot of room. That much is obvious. This is the medium dome. Yeah, there's now uneven terrain here. I'm gonna have to fill that up. Let's start prepping it. So I want to flatten it from here to there. You can work on that. And in the meanwhile, maybe I can just deploy another lake or two over here. Lake is terraforming. Huge lake. Weirdest shapes these things have. One. And another huge lake here, although this is going to be more difficult to fit. Yeah, that's not likely to work. So I would have to use something else. Maybe the large lake. That's easier to work with. One here. One here.
Funding received.
And another one here. Alright, bring over the machine parts and bring over the concrete and I'll get to building. Universal depot. Concrete, yes. Food, no. 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 Yes. Done. There's another funding complete. Is that the space elevator, potentially? I think it's the space elevator plus the butterfly. Now, if I want to import it like this, it's going to cost me 90 million for machine parts. So doing that with the space elevator is not going to be nearly as expensive. It's going to cost me half. And I'll import a lot of this stuff to make sure that I can upgrade the Mohole project. Yes, it's going to cost me 1.8 billion. But it'll also allow me to export or extract even more rare metals.
Funding received. Because
I would go from 20 to 24 per day. So over time, this thing would pay for itself.
On the space elevator.
Ah, good. It has already been delivered. And now I have 416 machine parts, so I can immediately start the expansion. And let's set up another large dumping site here and here. Because it seems like we're getting quite a bit piling up from the Mohole project. Or the Mohole mine, rather. Look at the piles of machine parts over here. And there is another bunch already being exported, or waiting to export here, while we still use the delivered resources. Except... Now, I might do another 1 or 2 shipments with the space elevator, like exports, and then I'm just going to pause it, because I don't want to run through all of my rare metals. That's a risk. Sanity breakdown. After suffering a sanity breakdown, the victim ran to the hatch of the dome, quickly put on a spacesuit and hijacked a rover. Show me the enemy, important Joe, and I'll bring it to fury. Okay. Clearly, Jared Grant wants you to name a target. Listen to my voice, calm down, there's no need for violence. He has destroyed a rover. Which one? Oh, he destroyed the rover. He destroyed the RC commander. That sucks. Can I build them myself? No, I can only build the dozer. Alright, fine. Give me a supply pod with an RC commander in it. Because that way I can just drop that over here and immediately get all the drones back. There's currently enough concrete. Yeah, they did start production slightly. 111 buildings are not working. Thank you, Dust Storm. All the solar panels are out. Water is out. How's the water here? Is that out yet? Not quite, but we're getting closer. And of course we already have leaks. Love it how these bushes just keep popping up. Soon enough, there might also start to appear the occasional forest, or at least larger treed up area. Anything here? Yep. More plants, bushes and everything. But with the dust from the dust storm, it's getting harder to see. Alright, back to here. Because my drop pod's here.
Funding received.
Thank you very kindly. Early on in the game, it can be a bit touch and go with your funding, but once you have the space elevator and all the technologies to support it, you can get a lot of stuff. And a lot of money. Alright, we got 20 out of 20 drones. And they immediately used everything that they could send over here. But, of course, we're going to need more concrete and more machine parts. No, actually, the machine parts are mostly sorted. I just need to get it for that one. Alright, 74% to the gravity engineering, so that's the megadome. And I would need to start building the megadome here. Just make sure it's in range of this one. I can hook it up to my power grid, but not to my life support system. Unless I want to build a tunnel here. Which I might do, actually. Because that's an easy way to connect life support systems. So, the water net and the air net. Alternative would be to use this deposit. That should keep me going for quite a while. And to set up a few moxies around that large dome. Or megadome, as they officially call it. That'd be the alternative option. A couple of leaks here and there. Nothing too serious, it seems. 3,400 water stored. 6,300 oxygen. Yeah, we're fine. It's gonna durate. Really? It's gonna be another 17 hours.
We have a food shortage.
Holy shit, look at that though. 4.7k research. Starving colonists? How? $17? Hold on.
Research complete.
Something is not quite right here. The grocer's open. The diner's open the whole time. This is where they can... No, they can't get food there. Let's just set up another diner then. Dome services. Diner. I can sort of still squeeze that in here. 21 starving colonists. I don't get this. Let's make this a priority. Plenty of people who want to work there.
Funding received.
Okay, now it's time to stop exporting, because otherwise I might run dry. Stop exports. Let's make this a different diner. This is the circle. How creative. Alright, time to start planning my next dome. Oh, hold on. Did I put that on maximum shifts? No, not yet. There we go. Insufficient fuel? Okay. Must be because the shuttles currently aren't working.
Are low.
Water is low? Where? Over at the other dome. That's a possibility. Yeah, there's not a lot of stored water here anymore. Fortunately, this dust storm is about to end. But it is definitely a wake-up call that I might need to set up a few more water supplying systems here. I think 1 or 2 moisture vaporators should be able to supply this. Also as a bit of a cautionary tale in case this thing ever runs dry. Not soon, but eventually it will. One here should be built. And then I can start to build the Megadome. Uneven terrain, yes, of course it is. What the hell is going on? 60 starving colonists?
I'm Colonel Elfwyn of Mars Official Radio. Lean back, relax.
It's going down again.
The rest.
It's like they're all flocking to the diners right now.
And my hosting is too.
I still have a couple of slots over here. Let's set up another diner. Because this seems to happen a few more times than I might like. They're all in this dome. It is going down though, so it seems to be under control. That's the farm. Yeah, they're still building seeds. Oh well, gives them something to do. Prio 1. It's being built. And it's done. Maximum shifts. Oh, that's the only 2 designs that it has. Alright, so be it. Maybe the second diner solved it, but it just was starting to pile up. Everybody was queuing at the door for one of the diners. Anyway, I still need to flatten this area, and I kind of got sidetracked by that whole food issue. The game is still protesting that the terrain isn't flat, but I don't quite get that. Does that make it flatter? I guess it does. Okay, well that's fixed then. Yep, here comes the new Megadome. But that's going to be a big project, and I'm going to do that in the next episode. It's going to take me 300 concrete, 200 metals, and 100 polymers. What I want to end up with is another look at this. The nature on Mars. We're getting somewhere. Slow, yes. It's Sol 165, yes. But we're getting atmosphere, we're getting temperature, we're getting water, and we're getting vegetation. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, then please consider joining me on Patreon. Supporting me through that would really help me, as I try to run as few ads as possible on this series, just the one at the start. And other than that, none, to make sure that this is as calming as possible. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for thank you for enjoying the content. So many supportive messages lately. It's really still blowing me away every day. So thank you for that. And I shall see you guys in a couple of days for the next one.